everyone, and welcome back to my channel. So I want to share with you some of the projects from the Reb Fab Stash that I unboxed for March. This is their first subscription box, and I have to tell you, I think it is amazing. If you haven't watched the unboxing of everything that come in that box, I will put a link to it so you can go check it out because wow, I am so impressed with this first box. So I'm going to work on some of the projects here and just kind of show you how they work, how easy or difficult they are, so you know if it's something that you would be wanting to do. Because we all have different skill levels, we all have different projects that we like to work on, different ways we like to work. So I think this is a good way to kind of show you how this quilt subscription box works. So I'm going to be working on the flea market pillow covers, the mug cozy, and then we got a block this month, the butterfly block, and they kind of give you a little something to jazz it up more. The butterfly body here, which is not something that I did on the previous time I did this butterfly block with the Riley Blake quilt along. So I have, you can see everything all prepped and cut. So let me start with the mug cozy just to show you what I'm going to be doing. It's not going to be a full tutorial on all these. I just kind of want to show you what I'm doing, let you know, but a lot of it's going to be how I'll speed things up and add music. It's just a little bit easier for me to record it that way, to be honest. So anyway, with the mug cozy, the instructions gave you tips on cutting it for your favorite mug. I cut it using the dimensions given just to make it a little bit easier for me. I was already upstairs, honestly, and didn't want to go down and grab a mug. And I figure with the elastic, it should be pretty close. So I cut down this fabric using the dimensions given. And there are 2 strips here of the main fabric, the cute coffee fabric, and they are right sides together. Then I have this heat resistant batting on the outside of one of them. And you can see here where my pin is, I have the piece of elastic in between the 2 pieces of the outer fabric. So you can kind of see it sticking through here, looped. So what I'm going to do with this is we're going to stitch around the this whole rectangle, and I'm going to leave a bit of an opening on one end to flip it right sides together. Before I flip it, I'll probably trim the corners just to get a nice crisp turn. After I turn it, I'll press it really well and make sure the opening is flipped in, stitch around it, and then all I'll need to do is add a little button on the opposite end of the elastic. I'll likely use one of the buttons that was given in the box. So probably one of the little brown ones will look nice on it, but I'll see. Dropping stuff. It's just water, thankfully. So that'll be a really quick project and be finished. So the other thing that I'm going to show you is the butterfly block. I already have a full walkthrough of this block on my channel. If I remember, I'll link that one as well. I have everything all cut for it. And if you remember, all of this fabric was provided in the box. I just think that is amazing. I'm going to use my diagonal seam tape to turn this into half square triangles. And I'll use the diagonal seam tape as well to sew along these squares here. So we're going to kind of be blocking off each of the 3 corners on here. So I'll have these 2 and then another square added on here, and we're making 2 of these blocks, just so you know. Set those to the side. And then after the block is completed, I'm going to add the butterfly body on. This is using fusible web, and I'll probably stitch the antennas on at some point too. It kind of gives you a little bit of tips on here for doing that, using a pen or something like an erasable pen or pencil to draw on the antenna and then stitching across that. So I really think this subscription box is doing a really great job on giving instructions and making sure that you can do the projects. All right, so the pillows. You guys, this is just amazing on these because I was provided with enough fabric in this box to make 4 pillows. 4. So I'm going to show you after I'm finished with all the projects. I'll go in a little bit more detail, but I did put together 2 kits here that I'm going to put on my Etsy page for making 2 pillow or 1 pillow in each package, because I'm just going to make 2 today, but I put together kits to make 1 pillow in each of them because I'm not going to need 4 pillows, and I thought it would be fun. Somebody might want to do these. So like I said, I'll go through all of the contents of those after I'm done with everything, and I'll put a chapter down in the description if you want to skip to that and kind of see what's in that project. So for the pillow, I have the main panel cut out from the panel that was given, and I have it sandwiched with that white fabric that was in the box as well. So this was provided. And then I have some batting here. Now this batting is different from what is in the kits that I put together. This batting is called Birdie batting. I recently found it, and I do want to let you know I am going to do a full video on this batting because it's kind of unique in that you don't need to baste your quilt if you use it. So I did already do 1 project, and I have 1 in progress. Let me grab the quilt that I finished with the birdie batting. It's kind of just a wall hanging size. So this I did with the birdie batting, and I didn't use any pins, any glue base, like spray adhesive, nothing like that to baste it. I just used the birdie batting. So I really like this stuff. Like I said, I'm going to do a full video on it, but just kind of wanted to let you know what I was using. So if you see me not spray it or anything like that, that is why. Just to give a little bit of info on the birdie batting, it is more expensive to purchase, but how it works is the back of it has a flannel, and that's what you put to your backing fabric and spread it, kind of press it out nicely, and then you put your top on. It's really easy to use. I do think it takes a little bit of getting used to, but I think it worked really well, and it was really nice not to have to pin or anything like that. So I'm gonna quilt this, and I'm just gonna do something really simple, just squares, and then I'll show you. This is the other one that I am going to do. I'm going to quilt it the same way. I'm using the birdie batting, the backing on here, everything like that. Here is the binding fabric that I already prepped. I did 1 in pink and 1 in green. And just so you know, in the kits that I put together, there is going to be enough for you to use either green or pink on your project. The only other thing for the pillow is the back of the pillow. You can see I already have 2 cut for each pillow, and I have one of the longer ends turned a 1/2 inch and pressed, and so I'll just be stitching along here to hold that in place for the envelope of the pillow cover. To make turning that pillow edge over the 1/2 inch and get it perfect, I like using this clover ruler. It is heat resistant. So basically all you do with it is put your fabric under it, turn it to the seam allowance you need, so 1/2 inch. You just fold it over to that 1/2 inch line and press, and you can keep doing that along, and it gets you a nice nice crisp seam allowance, whether you need 1/2 inch, 1/4 inch, an inch, whatever you need. It really works well. I'll put a link to that in the description. It has really helped me a lot on on projects. So I'm gonna put a few pins around here, kind of production style, getting all of these steps that I can get done sitting over there, and I'll keep working through it, and then I will meet back here to show you the finished projects and show you those kits that I put together. Okay, so I want to show you, I have the mug cover finished, and it looks so good. It would fit a slightly larger mug with the size that I did, but it also looks like it would work fine on this one as well. I ended up just using a button that I had on hand already instead of opening the other package just yet. I also finished the sampler block, and I think it turns out really cute with the butterfly body on it. I would definitely make more of these blocks and put them together. It's just really cute. I stitched on the antennas myself. Not the best at hand stitching, but I think it still looks really, really cute. I love the colors provided. So I have these two projects finished, and I already have the front of two of the pillows finished. I already have them quilted, and they turned out really good. Like I said, I used that that birdie batting, so I didn't have to baste at all, and I think the quilting turns out really nice with it still, especially really easy on these smaller projects. I'm gonna set one of the tops to the side and work on one at a time. So I'm going to turn it to the wrong side, and then I have two of the back panels here, two more for the other one. I do want to show you that I ended up folding the panel in again to hide all the raw edges because I misread the pattern. Read carefully, and you need to fold it in so that you kind of hide that raw edge. So I went ahead and turned it again and then top stitched again. It was really easy to just quickly correct that. So wrong sides together. I'm gonna line this up and just clip it in place. So on the opposite end, I'm going to put the other side, line it up along the edges, and clip. And this kind of creates that envelope on the back of the pillow so that you can put your pillow inside. So right sides are facing out. I'm going to grab some clips, and I'm actually going to put these on upside down because I want to stitch around this from the front so that I can make sure I'm catching everything, because I have a feeling in some of the spots my backing is a little farther out than the top is. So this will just help me stitching the other way, make sure I catch everything. Okay, so I'm gonna stitch from this side. See, there's a few spots where the backing is a little farther out than the pillow top, and this will just help me make sure that I am catching the entire front of the pillow. So after I stitch all the way around this, kind of just basting it in place, then I can just add on the binding that I have, just like I would with a quilt, and it'll be finished. I can put a pillow in and it'll be all done. So I'm going to do the same with the other side. So the raw edges are lined up along the raw edges of the quilted pillow, and right sides are facing out, wrong sides are in the middle. And then I'm just going to add some clips around here and stitch around the outside. All right, so I'm going to go over to the sewing machine. Look at how cute the pillow is. Oh my gosh, it looks so good. I love it. The pillow that I put in it is a little too big for the pattern, but it's what I had on hand. So here's the other one. And even though the pillow I have is a little too big for this the pillow cover, I think it still works pretty well. It makes it nice and fluffy and cozy. But if I got smaller pillow forms, it would probably not be as difficult to get in. But these patterns were a lot of fun to do. They were super, super easy. A lot of fun. Very practical stuff you can use. I like patterns like that. And I was able to finish all of them in a day. So that's fun because you can definitely fit these in between bigger projects and everything. And with everything all packaged together, it makes it really easy to keep track of it if you can't get to it right away. So there are my two pillows that I made. I'm gonna go put them on my couch downstairs when I'm done here. They are so cute. So there are those. Then I have the sample block I did, which I love, and my little mug cozy. So fun. These were great projects. So let me show you the kits that I'm going to put together so you can see what is in them. So you'll have the fabric for the pillow, the back of the quilting portion. So you would sandwich this with the batting and quilt. So here's what one of the flowers look like. And then there'll be white thread in here with it. Okay, so there's the batting. And then you'll have fabric to put on the back for quilting. Then you'll also have fabric here for the back envelope of the pillow. So enough fabric to make that envelopes. It is doubled up here. And this is longer than what you would need to, so you'll have some extra fabric. And here's some extra of that same multi-fabric that you could use. I'm gonna send these as well. 3 little panels. So you could make cup holders with it. You could cut them down and use them for a little bag, whatever you wanted to do. So you'll have extra fabric there for that. Then a strip of fabric that I would think would be fun to applique, cut around this and applique it onto a project. Use the leaves with the flowers. You have this here for a rose. It's just really cute. So you'll have that as well. You could applique them onto little squares and use them for cup holders. There's a lot of things you could do with them. And just in case you wanted to use these for little cup holders, coasters. Oh my goodness. So you only need 2 strips of binding for the pillow. So I am providing 2 of each color, so you could use whatever color you want for the binding on the pillow, and you could use the other for binding on the coasters. So that is all in the little kit, and I'll post it on my Etsy page. So the other one, there'll be 2 on there. You have the same binding strips, batting for the project. This is a light gray, almost silver thread in this one. And here's what the panel looks like. They're all really cute, honestly. So that is the panel. And then the fabric for the back for quilting the front of the pillow. You'll still get the little panels for coasters and applique. And then some of the scraps for the multi. And then still the multi-fabric for the back of the pillow to create that envelope. So I'm not going to be sending a pattern to complete the pillow. If you've done one before, it is really easy to do without a pattern, but the pattern provided in the box is not my pattern, so I don't feel comfortable copying that and sending it. But if you go ahead and quilt the front of that pillow and trim it down, it would be really easy just to match up the measurements on the side and just make sure you overlap for the envelope on the pillow. I think it would be a really easy project to complete. So I'll take photos of the main panel, the thread, the components. I'll post it on my Etsy site, and down in the description there'll be a link to my Etsy site. So whoever would like to purchase one of these, you can run on over there and grab them. They're a really fun project. And then in the description of this video, there will also be a link to purchase the stash box from Reb's Fab Stash. It was an amazing subscription box. The first one is so good. And I got an email from Christy, the owner, telling me that she liked the unboxing that I did and let me know that they are really excited about the April box and can't wait to see me unbox that one. So that got me even more excited. An amazing subscription box here. And this will be a fun way to try out one of the projects and see if it's something that you might like as well. All right, you guys, let me know in the comments what you think of the projects that I did in this first box. I'm excited to hear from you, and I'll see you next time. Bye.